All right, guys, we have another watch unboxing here. I know we've been doing a bunch of these, but we've been getting a lot of watches in, and this one's pretty exciting. Now, I paid $100 for this, and the guy described it as a project lot, and I think there's some bangers in here, so let's go through them. Now, you guys are going to be perched up pretty high here, so, all right. Looks like they're individually wrapped, so let's go through these here. This is a nice Aqua Swiss chrono. I've had Aqua Swiss chronos before, and they actually sold really quick for me. I think this needs a battery. We'll try this out. Oh, no, it's running. Look at that. The second hand is running. So let me try the chrono feature. I'm running the chrono. I'm going to stop the chrono. Let's try and reset the chrono. It's going around. It sets there. I think I can adjust that to go back to the 12 o'clock position, so we'll definitely take a look at this. I think, honestly, that could be most of the money back right there. We have this vintage piece. I liked the look of this one. This is a vintage Seiko quartz, and it's on a Timex band, but that's pretty clean, so if that takes a battery, we're going to be looking really good. Yeah, it's nice. Very clean crystal as well. Happy with that. What's this one? This is a Luminox. These are pretty cool watches here. This is a quartz model Luminox. Pretty cool model watch here. Looks like it's going to need a battery. It's not running currently. If I play around with the crown, it's a screw down crown, and everything's functioning the day and the date cycle. So that's a plus. So we'll throw a battery in this and see if this one runs. The Luminoxes are very popular. I like these. I do sell these a lot. Are they the most high dollar watch? Absolutely not, but that's okay. You don't need a lot of high dollar watches to make a living doing this. And I'm not making a living on this, so hit the subscribe button so maybe I can one day. This one's really cool. This is a Citizen Eco Drive head that's super, super clean. So we're gonna put that out to charge and see if we can get this to start running. But that is a super clean Eco Drive, and this is a chronograph as well. So that's really cool. I'm gonna set this in the windowsill right now. All right, we got two watches in here. This one is a Casio Baby G-Shock in super clean condition. Been really happy with the condition of these watches here. So I'm pretty stoked on this. We got to throw a battery in here and hopefully this fires up. Now, even if, worst case scenario, none of these watches fire up, just as parts watches, we have over $100 in value here. Very, very comfortably so. This is a Timex digital here. We'll throw a battery in this. Nothing too crazy there. This one looks like an interesting one here. This one is a Seiko titanium here, and the second hand is gyrating. So I don't know if this is a solar watch or not. I'll throw it up in the window if it is. It doesn't say window, and I don't know why it would be juddering like that. I don't know if it needs a new battery. I'm going to look into this one. Stick around. I'll let you know what is going on with this, but very interesting. Either way, it's nice to have a Citizen. Either way, it's nice to have a Seiko in the house. Now, this is the one that really made me pull the trigger on this lot. This is a Zodiac Sea Dragon in all neon green. That is super, super cool. Now, he told me that like the battery compartment looks like somebody had soldered it at some point. I have no idea what he means by that. So we're gonna try and figure this bad boy out. But even in parts, this watch alone is worth over $100. So that is really cool. So let me try and throw some batteries in here, charge these up, and I will come back and show you what we found. All right, so I took the back plate off here, and I definitely see what he means about solder. Looks like there's like a melted portion of the black plastic there, and then there's a bunch of metal in there as well. And I'm not 100% sure if this is even the correct movement. I would imagine it would be a little bit more higher quality, but maybe this is just what it is. I don't see any markings on here other than, you know, some basic markings on the movement. And I'll try and find a battery to fit in here. But yeah, that looks extremely messy. Someone definitely did something crazy in here. Well, I got some news. Let's start over here with the duds. I put a new battery in the Luminox and it did not come back to life. I put a new battery in the Seiko and it did not come back to life. This Seiko is kind of weird. It is alive, but not really. There's something going on with it. The second hand will like shutter. Let's see, it like shutters. See that? It goes 4 and then stops, and then it should go like 4 again or 1 again. I don't know. Something's going on with that, but this is in really nice condition, so this will be a good little project for somebody else. They could swap the movement or something. And speaking of swapping the movement, on the Zodiac, I decided it was worth it to get a replacement movement. So that's what I did. It was $24, and I took it apart, and I found out that the date wheel was the wrong date wheel. So I went to transfer the correct date wheel onto the new movement, and the new movement fell apart because I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm very much not an expert at this, but figured I'd give it a shot. So I have all the parts. I'm going to take it over to Luke, see if he can help me out with that, and see if we can get it put together. If not, I can just get a new movement. If not, I'll just grab another movement. They're like 24 bucks on eBay, so nothing too crazy there. Getting into some better news, the Baby G, the Casio Baby G, this is running, but the connection for this bottom button is not really landing, so I'm not able to adjust the time. So we'll call that still a project, but progress. Two of the biggest wins is the Aqua Swiss here. I got it to work. And the chronograph feature works now as well. So we hit that top button, it goes, you hit the bottom button, and it resets. See that? There she goes, and boom, dead center up at the top. So this Aqua Swiss is running really good, and it's in really good shape. The other big win is the Citizen Eco Drive. I put this in the window for a couple days, and it's been running for 3 days now, and I was able to set the time on this, which was a bear to do. It's very complicated, but I was able to get it done. And I actually don't know if this is an actual chronograph. I think this just has these buttons to help set everything, but this is also an alarm watch. So this has an alarm, different features, all sorts of crazy stuff. But this is a good one. I threw a leather strap on it that I had laying around. Probably want to replace it at some point. It's kind of coming apart, but you know, temporarily, that's a really good strap for it. And I'm happy that this one is running. So I think we got some bangers in here. We definitely made our $100 back. So this was a fun one. A great lot. I really appreciate the guy who sold it to me. If you're interested in any of these, please DM me on Instagram, which I have listed down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.